Hi, I'm JC Pohl with Teen Truth on the Road. I'm here at Sowers Middle School sitting with John Ashby. He's the principal here at the school. And John and I were talking about building school culture and just the importance of connecting with students and having good conversations around it. And John's actually studying to get his PhD right now. EDD. And is actually doing some work around this idea of connecting with students and having good conversations. So, John, I just thought you could share with our audience maybe like some of your thoughts on this and what they could do back at their schools to maybe help.
Well, I think that really the conversation is the relationship that we have with our students and with our families, and also with the school community. Those conversations are really based on four things within my studies that I've learned, and they're called the 4 I's. So the first one is intimacy. You're allowing people into your life and see who you are, and you're allowing them to kind of have that idea of who you are outside of maybe the job or outside of the norm, just kind of a look into your life, I would say, and you're doing the same for them. The second one has to do with interactivity. So it's actually the back and forth kind of communication that's very important. It's not the top-down mentality that we see a lot, even within corporate situations too as well, but it's allowing to have kind of the playing field leveled in regards to that in that interactive environment. The next one is it talks about inclusion, and it talks about really drawing people in and allowing them to be message creators. So you talked a lot about student voice today, which was fantastic, and something we'll work on with our leadership kids in just a little bit. But it's the idea of including them in what the message actually is going to be, what you're putting out to families, what you're putting out to the school community, to your board of education, to your superintendent, to your everybody that's above you too. How are you drawing people into that inclusive conversation? And then really the last one, it closes the loop, and it's called intentionality. And so every time you have a conversation, you have to consider, okay, what is the overarching goal kind of this conversation? How does it tie into what we have going on here at Sowers? What is our vision? And kind of really linking back to the why of what we're doing. So.
Yeah, I really like it's like being just aware of what you're doing, how you're pulling people in, how you're forming these relationships. Yeah. This idea of being intimate, maybe a little bit vulnerable, like making real human connections is just so important. And if an administrator were to do this, or when you do this, like what's the ultimate outcome that you're hoping comes from this? Or
I mean the process of conversation is that it's also ongoing. And you don't want it to be an end game sort of result. So, I always consider, okay, what are the next steps, that we have that's going to come out of this conversation. So, if I'm chatting with a teacher, about what they need to do to better support a kid within the classroom, and they may be having some difficulties with that student, okay, we want to consider, okay, how do we process what we're doing in the class that within the next step in order to make them successful. We do that with our parent-teacher organization. We do that with our community partnerships and any grants or foundations that we work with too. It's really about considering what that next step will be within that conversation.
Yeah, that's very cool. Well, hopefully this can help you maybe think about how you can drive conversations on campus to help build school culture. If you have any questions, I'm always happy to connect you with John here at Sowers Middle School. Of course, you can find us at teentruth.net and out on social media. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hope you have a great day.
Go Vikings.